They finally made competitive Pokemon free to play, but did they secretly make it pay to win? Pokemon Champions launches soon, and while Game Freak is out here removing EVs and IVs to make the game more accessible, people are noticing that Megastones cost 2,000 in-game currency, individual Pokemon cost 2,500, and there are 4 different currencies to keep track of. Like, come on, you can't call something beginner friendly, then nickel and dime people for everything they need to actually build a team. So today, we're breaking down exactly what's free, what's paywalled, whether a free-to-play player can actually compete at a high level, or if your wallet is now your most important held item. Let's get straight into it. So let's set the scene real quick, because I want to give credit where it's due. The idea behind Pokemon Champions is genuinely amazing. Competitive Pokemon, VGC, Smogon, all of it, has always had a massive barrier to entry. You needed the right game, the right DLC, you had to breed Pokemon with perfect IVs and EVs for sometimes dozens of hours, and even then, one change to the format can make your whole team horrible. Champions was supposed to fix all of that. No more breeding, no more EV grinding, they literally removed the IVs from the game. You download it for free, you get access to a rotating pool of 10 Pokemon every single day, and you queue up. That's the pitch. And honestly, on paper, that's pretty cool. That's the most accessible competitive Pokemon has ever looked. The developers even talked openly about having internal debates over removing IVs. Apparently, some people on the team pushed back hard, but they pushed it through because they wanted this to be a game that finally opens the door to a wider audience. So, the vision is right. The question is if the execution matches it. Okay, here's where we need to talk about money, or more specifically, 4 different types of in-game money. The main currency is Victory Points. Victory Points is used for basically everything competitive, recruiting Pokemon permanently to your team, training them, changing their moves, swapping their nature, buying held items, getting Megastone, all of it costs VP. The good news, VP cannot be purchased with money. The Pokemon Company confirmed this directly. You earn this by playing and winning battles. That's it, no shortcut. But here's where it gets messy. The VP costs aren't small. Recruiting a single Pokemon permanently costs around 1,000 to 2,500 depending on the mod. A Megastone costs 2,000 VP. Changing a nature, 200. Learning a new move, 100. If you're building a team from scratch, recruiting 6 Pokemon, training them, buying items, adding a Megastone, you're looking at roughly 33,000 VP total, and you earn around 200 VP per win. Do the math. Then there are training tickets and quick tickets, secondary currencies used to train your Pokemon without spending VP. These primarily come from the season pass and the starter pack, so if you want to save your VP, you're kinda pushed towards spending real money. On top of that, there's a cosmetic currency for skins and trainer outfits. So yes, by some counts, you're tracking 4 different resources. This is just not beginner friendly at all at this point. Let's break down the free things you can spend real money on, because this is where the pay to win debate really lives. First, the starter pack, $7 one time. This gives you extra box storage going from 30 slots to 80, plus you also get 50 training tickets, 30 quick tickets, and an exclusive battle song. It's a one-time purchase, which is less predatory than a subscription, but 30 Pokemon slots as a default is genuinely stingy. The whole point of the game is collecting and building teams. Capping that at 30 for free players feels like the wall was built on purpose. Second, the premium battle pass, $7 per season. This is your standard live service battle pass. Free players get the basic track, paying gets you extra rewards, and here's the part that matters. Those extra rewards include Megastones and Pokemon, not just cosmetics, but actual competitive resources. If you pay, you get those faster and without spending victory points. If you don't pay, you're grinding for them. That difference matters a lot in the early weeks of a season, when the meta is fresh and everyone's racing to build their team. Third, the membership. $50 a year. This is the most expensive layer, and it gives you more box space beyond the starter pack cap, more battle teams saved at once, exclusive missions, and exclusive music. The box space in particular is meaningful. If you want to test multiple items, if you want to test multiple teams and keep your whole roster, you almost basically need this. Now, none of these let you directly buy power, but they all give paying players a head start. And in a PvP game where the meta moves fast and everyone's racing to hit the same VP threshold, a head start is an absolute advantage. Here's something a lot of people are sleeping on. If you already have Pokemon in Pokemon Home from Scarlet and Violet, Legends EA, whatever, you can transfer them directly into Champions. And if your Pokemon already has their moves, nature, and ability set, the VP cost drops drastically. We're talking from 33,000 VP down to about like 6,000 VP for a full team. That's saving basically 27,000 VP. So on one hand, that's a great feature, rewarding long-time players. On the other hand, it also means that the people who already spent $60 on a mainline game and a home subscription get a massive competitive shortcut over someone who downloads Champions for free with no Pokemon history. Is that pay to win? It's not directly, but it's definitely pay to skip the grind. And that matters when you're talking about a game that's supposed to be the great equalizer for competitive Pokemon. So, is Pokemon Champions pay to win? The technical answer is no. You genuinely cannot buy VP, you genuinely cannot purchase competitive power, and a skilled free-to-play player can beat someone who paid for everything. But the honest answer is more complicated than just that. What the game actually is pay to progress faster. And in a PvP environment with seasonal metas and tournaments, faster progression at launch translates into real competitive advantages. The community is split almost right down the middle. Some people look at the VP can't be bought rule and call it a win. Others look at the Battle Pass rewards, the grind numbers, and the comparison to Pokemon Unite, which started the same way, and yeah, let's just say that game is literally pay to win effect. The most common take I've seen is basically, wait and see. The VP earn rate in practice, how generous the free Battle Pass rewards are, and whatever the Pokemon company keeps premium rewards cosmetic only going forward. Those are the things that will actually answer the question. One thing everyone agrees on, this is the most important monetization call Pokemon has ever made. Because Champions isn't just, a normal Pokemon mobile game. This is replacing competitive Pokemon. This is the official platform for the Pokemon World Championships. If the monetization turns predatory, it doesn't just hurt normal people, but can literally ruin VGC as a whole. Now, I actually do have some quick tips, and it's that you can actually get some free Pokemon in Pokemon Home, like the mobile app. Then you can actually use the GTS and actually try to find some Pokemon you would want to have. Like, maybe you want an Incineroar, right? But you literally just don't have any games. Try to get a Pokemon that somebody wants on the GTS, and then bam, you can get that Incineroar without having to spend, a lot of your currency on that. So that's where we're at. A game with a genuinely great vision, a currency system that's less clean than they're making it sound, and a community that's cautiously optimistic, but very much watching. If you're a free-to-play player, my honest advice, do not panic yet. Start earning VP from day one, transfer from home if you can, and don't spend anything until you see how fast the grind actually feels in practice. If this video helped you understand the system better, drop a like. It genuinely helps the channel more than you think. And let me know in the comments, are you going free to play, or are you paying for the Battle Pass, or are you just skipping this game entirely? And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video.